43 assists on the night. And normally we would start with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They were great combined for 50 points. But can we first give some love to two new Laker additions? In 2 games, they are showing up, they are showing out. Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder. Big game. Trez, 22 points, 10 of 13 from the field, 7 boards, 4 offensive. Schroeder, 18 points, 7-11 to go along with 6 dimes. They are fun.
Yeah, I got to give Rob Pelinka and the front office some serious credit for picking up, those 2 players. Yeah. Both were candidates for Sixth Man of the Year of award last year. Montrez won it. Schroeder was runner-up. This reminds me of early 2000, 2001, the making of a squad that's going to be together for a little while, especially if Schroeder gets this extension we're talking about. We're talking about guys that'll be together. They look really scary tonight as a defending champion team. They look like champions tonight. Minus I think it was 10 or 11 turnovers in the first half. This team looked almost unstoppable. And I know that Dallas was missing a key player. But I thought on both ends of the court, Schroeder, Pope, Caruso, the defense was sticky. They made it tough for Luka Doncic. He's a great player, hit some great shots. But I think those 2 players, the addition of those 2 players, are going to yield some very good, consistent, productive basketball. And, you don't need AD and LeBron to score all the time. You got Schroeder who can score. Montrez he's an assassin in the post. He flashes in. You don't see that a lot anymore where bigs actually, they get in the paint and they spread out.
How many times did you see his numbers? I said that.
Every freaking play, it seems like.
When you see a player's numbers on the block, what do you do?
You give it to him.
Give him the rock.
Immediately. And he flashes in like so big and wide and strong, so this team is going to be good. I know that they're going to be tested, but they got that ring ceremony game over, and they came to play tonight.
James, I don't know if it's the hat or the analysis, but you are completely on point tonight. Look spectacular. Love everything you're saying. Last season, it was kind of a grab bag. Who's going to be the Lakers' 3rd best player after LeBron and AD, obviously? And it was kind of like a Rondo maybe some nights, Dwight Howard some nights, Kuzma, of course, can't forget Kyle. I think that race is going to be really dynamic this season. Will be Montrez as the 3rd best player of a particular game. Schroeder, Kuzma, again, kind of quietly doing his thing tonight.
Yes, he did.
Very, very much below the radar, but getting some rebounds, getting some scoring, looked assertive on defense too. But you just can't say enough about the job that the Laker front office did getting Montrezl Harrell, a surprise free agent signing for them. Remember, they had only $9.3 million. That was their highest they could spend for one player for this upcoming season, for this season in particular, the salary, and they did that. And, of course, getting Schroeder for a late first-round pick and Danny Green, 2 really good additions. No other way to say it.
Look, we talk a lot here in the offseason about the many combinations that Frank Vogel has in his toolbox to go to. And I was writing a few down. I got 9 over here. And Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell were in 7 of those different kind of looks, those different kind of opportunities. It is no wonder we got the Woj bomb right before tonight's game about the Lakers already wanting to be in contract negotiations with the young point guard. He is one of those guys, we talked about it coming into this season, who can take off that pressure with a guy like LeBron James, who can really settle down the offense, but can be effective and impactful as well, all the while playmaking.
No question. I think it was maybe the 3rd, maybe a little bit of the 4th quarter. AD was out of the game. I didn't even realize that he was out of the game that long, and they were able to keep it going. Schroeder hitting threes. He gets into the paint, and he hesitates. He shoots a floater. 3 layups for 3-point plays, and then Montrez offensive rebounds. They know how to sustain a game. It's almost like you got 2 all-star kind of caliber players. So I was very impressed with the way they played today. And then Mars played well. And you mentioned Kuzma. Not big flashy numbers, but very important plays defensively and hit some big shots offensively. So they were well-rounded, took the comeback, and then was able to, move ahead and surge on. So, yeah, I was very impressed. I know it's only game 2, but they looked like they were in championship form tonight as they were in the bubble. It was very impressive.
And, James, you got to like this about Schroeder, all right? Earlier this month, he told the media I want to start, okay? He was a backup the last couple of years in OKC. After being a starter his last couple of years in Atlanta, and he was great as a reserve role. As you already said, he was the runner-up for the Sixth Man of the Year award last season. But make no mistake, you know, he got traded to the Lakers, 1 year left on this deal, and he said, I want to start for this team. And not only is he starting, he's excelling, and he's blending in perfectly. I thought the first game, maybe the shot efficiency wasn't there. Tonight, though, you know, he was firing on just about every number you could want. And Montrez, you know, anytime you go, 10 for 13? That's what I call a good night. And not just, you know, dunks and putbacks and that type of thing. Hit a little bit of range, a couple baseline jumpers, 14 to 16 feet.
Shot looked nice.
That's kind of a different look for him. If he's going to hit that stuff, that's really going to expand his game and help the Lakers as a whole.
And he lets you know he's there. I mean, when he commits an offensive foul, it's an offensive foul. And you know he's there, and you know he's going to hit, and you know he's going to be physical.
Yep.
And you know, for an opponent, you plant that seed in an opponent's head, and it's something to think about. When he's in there, you know, banging, you say, where's the beef? Montrez has got a lot of it.
Oh, it's there.
Speaking of physicality, after game one, we were thinking just 38 paint points for the Lakers. That seemed a little uncharacteristic. Tonight, they got out in transition, had 15 fast break points just in the first half alone.
Wow.
But let me read this stat to you, and you put it into perspective. They dominated the boards, 53-27, 17 offensive rebounds, which led to 35-0 in second chance opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, the second game of the season.
That's understanding where to get your bread and butter. It might not come in points like shooting and shots, but offensive rebounds, and they should have tonight. Collectively, they did a good job. Everyone was rebounding. AD, Montrez, the guards. So if they're going to rebound like that, that gets their fast break going. And you saw tonight, when they're out and running, they just can't beat them. But it starts with the defense. It starts with the points in the paint, layups. I just thought they executed well tonight.
That's an outstanding stat right there. I've never heard such a disparity. 35 zip. I mean, that's crazy right there. And the Lakers, as we know, they lost two very good centers, you know, veteran centers in JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. Dwight left as a free agent, and JaVale is basically traded to help get Marc Gasol some more cash. All right, so you're going to lose rebounding and definitely shot blocking with those guys. But if Montrez keeps doing what he's doing, Anthony Davis, LeBron, those guys can rebound a little bit too. The Lakers might not fall that far back in the rebounding category as some people predicted when you lose a JaVale and a Dwight in the same offseason.
Just such intention. The battle on the boards. Again, I said 17 offensive rebounds for the Lakers, just 3 for Dallas.
Oh, you can't win like that if you're
following the game plan.
Yeah,
they are.
We'll get to LeBron James and Anthony Davis because they were great as well. But first, let's check out the highlight in case you missed it. We get you to Staples Center. LeBron James fired up, taking on Luka Doncic on Christmas Day. Both teams looking for the first win of the season. First quarter, Lakers down 1 on the fast break. Big game. LeBron drives, alley-oops.
Yeah, when they're out the fast break and you got AD on the wing and the ball in the middle, you know it's either a dunk by LeBron or throw it up. AD went